So the article is discussion around the recently unveiled India AI governance guidelines by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, which aims to regulate as well as promote the use of AI technology in Indian society. This is in the context of the AI Impact Summit 2026, which is to be hosted by India in New Delhi. Uh, Also, it was highly needed for the rapidly increasing consumer base of AI and its tools in India, as India grows to be the second largest user of LLMs like ChatGPT after US. Thus, Indian government aims to harness the potential of AI for inclusive development and global competitiveness. The major aims of this comprehensive guideline is to classify the risks that can emerge, manage the spread of LLMs and AI in India, create policies for who will be responsible when something goes wrong, and conduct safety research, among other things. The committee under whose these guidelines have been formed is led by Balaraman Ravindran, who leads the Center for Responsible AI at IIT Madras. So, what are the major points of these rules? First of all, the broad principles on which these rules rest are the people centricity, accountability, fairness, and understandability. So, the first major point is setting up lines of communication between different parts of the government, like ministries, regulators, standard setting agencies. Thus, it recommends that these groups should meet often and suggest changes to laws, voluntary commitments, put out standards, and increase access to AI safety tools. These all will be done under the ambit of a interministerial body uh, named AI Governance Group. Beyond the ministries, the framework recommends the RBI for the financial industry, bodies like Niti Aayog and standard organizations like Bureau of Indian Standards. Second point, the guidelines also include some advice to private sector, namely to ensure compliance with the all Indian laws, adopt voluntary frameworks, publish transparency report, provide grievance redressal mechanism, and mitigate risk with techno-legal solution. Third point is the creation of AI Safety Institute, a framework that is placed in India without any physical institute but under a designated group of academia uh, who brought together under the India AI mission as the online AISI, as the India AI Safety Institute, AI Governance Group. ठीक है. A key differentiator from similar policies of the other countries is the policy's recommendation on building infrastructure and making it accessible. Policy recommends that state governments increase AI adoption through initiatives on infrastructure development and increase access to data and computing resources. So, last point is the recommendation on around the concerns around AI and intellectual properties. And these guidelines recommend changes in the copyright laws to address the issues coming up in the IPR regime. Last but not the least is the policy aims to build AI models for Indian languages, uh, so that these LLMs are trained on the locally relevant data sets and support the creation of culturally representative models and applications. Are the guidelines consistent with the government planning around AI? Uh, there were preemptive AI guidelines which have been largely followed, with one exception that their government has already released content authentication guideline just before a week before the AI guidelines. Content authentication is against the deep fakes, where the MeitY ministry has proposed that the social media companies need to label synthetically generated or AI generated images and videos. There are other these guidelines sit in the sync with the India AI mission, where ministry is already procuring GPUs, that is graphic processing units, for a common compute facility and sharing access to that capacity with researchers and sub startups. And last, one of the major recommendation is to integrate India's successful digital public infrastructure with AI via policy enablers. For example, UIDAI, which manages Aadhaar easily, India's the most recognizable example of DPI, has formed a committee to deliberate how to use AI to add value to the ID number. The framework that has been envisioned by this document, the government won't hesitate to act quickly. So, the experts have said that if the circumstances arise, the government can go beyond these guidelines to take quick action and may pass a stringent law for AI regulation.